Life lesson story. The star map in a shoebox. A story about dreams, belief, and finding your own sky. When Jonah was 8 years old, his father gave him a small cardboard shoebox. It was nothing special, faded blue, a bit dented on one corner, but inside it was something Jonah treasured more than any toy he owned. A hand-drawn map of the night sky. His father had drawn every star by hand, labeling each constellation in small, neat letters. Orion, Cassiopeia, Lyra. And beside each constellation he wrote a short note. Follow this when you feel lost. Wish here when life feels heavy. Remember this one when you doubt yourself. Jonah called it the star box. Every night, he'd hold the map under a desk lamp and imagine the universe unfolding above him, vast, bright, patient. His father would sit beside him and whisper, "The sky is big enough for all your dreams." Jonah, don't forget that. But years passed and life grew complicated. Bills, school, work, expectations, failures. The Starbucks was tucked away in a drawer, forgotten beneath layers of growing up. When Jonah turned 27, he worked late nights at a job he didn't love, lived in an apartment he barely slept in, and carried a quiet exhaustion he didn't know how to fix. One evening, after an especially difficult day, Jonah visited his childhood home. It was smaller now than he remembered, emptier too. His father had passed away 2 years earlier, and the quietness of the house felt different without his humming in the kitchen. As he sorted through old belongings in his childhood bedroom, he found it, the faded shoebox, still dented on the corner. With trembling hands, he opened it. The star map lay inside, perfectly preserved. Jonah sat on the floor. Something inside him cracked, not painfully, but like a door long stuck finally opening. He whispered, "Dad, I forgot." That night, Jonah walked outside and looked up at the sky. The stars were faint, blurred by the village lights, but they were still there, still patient, still waiting. A soft voice startled him. "You lost something?" Jonah turned to see an elderly woman walking her dog. She smiled. People only stare at the sky like that when they're missing something. Jonah hesitated, then held up the map. "My dad drew this a long time ago. I used to dream big because of it, and then life happened." The woman chuckled. "Life happens to everyone. Dreams only die when we stop feeding them." She pointed toward the hills. "Go where the lights don't drown the sky. You'll remember what it feels like." Jonah thanked her and walked for nearly an hour, until he reached the top of Ridge Hill, the place his father once brought him for stargazing. When he reached the top, he spread the map on the grass. Above him, the sky unfolded, bright, endless, alive. Jonah lined up the map with the stars. Orion's belt. The Northern Cross. A glittering trail of stardust like a forgotten promise. He breathed, really breathed, for the first time in years. In that quiet, Jonah made a decision. He left his job 2 months later, not recklessly, but confidently. He enrolled in a night program for astronomy, something he had wanted since childhood but never dared to pursue. During the day, he worked part-time and saved money. At night, he attended classes under digital domes that simulated the universe his father once drew only by memory. He kept the starbox on his desk. Whenever doubt crept in, he touched its worn lid and whispered, "The sky is big enough." Years passed. Jonah became a volunteer at the local observatory. He helped children find constellations through telescopes, guided curious visitors, and gave talks about how the universe was less frightening when you understood how it worked. One evening, as he was packing equipment, a little girl approached him timidly. "Mister, why do the stars look like they're listening?" Jonah smiled. "Because sometimes they are. What's your name?" "Arya." He knelt to her height. "Arya, do you want to see something special?" She nodded. Jonah reached into his bag and pulled out the shoebox. The same faded blue, the same dented corner. He opened it gently. "This," he said, placing the map in her hands, "help me find my way. Maybe it can help you find yours." Her eyes widened. "I can keep it?" Jonah nodded. Dreams get stronger when they're shared. Arya hugged the box to her chest as if it were treasure. Jonah looked up at the sky, quiet, bright, patient. Somewhere in the vastness, he hoped his father saw him. He whispered, "I found my sky, Dad, and I'm helping someone else find theirs." Moral of the story: dreams never disappear, they wait. And when you finally return to them, they shine as brightly as the day you first believed.